Welcome to Season 4 of Talks with Dorks. A brand new year brings a brand new lineup every single year for the last 3 years, literally. And this is how we are. We have still got quite a few of us, but tonight's lineup is almost like the last episode you see, minus one, but bringing in Damo properly this time, no costume. Damo, welcome to your first proper episode, no costume.
Oh, thank you for having me, guys.
It's not about thank you for
speaking like he's a guest.
Polite, D. Yeah, you're not a guest, D. You're a guest. You're one of us. Relax, it's all good. And then Kurt's there as well.
Yep, thanks for having me,
Kurt, mate. Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. And last but not least, we have got a guest tonight, all the way from Brokeback Mountain. It is the one and only, the man I started this podcast with. He's back, and listen, I didn't even have to fight him to be here. He actually wanted to be here. Ash, how you doing?
Thanks for tolerating me.
That's a stretch.
You had a perfect
episode.
Did anybody else expect just a pure and simple howdy? Or was it
Never.
just me? I was just expecting a tip of the hat and a howdy, and he just went with...
Why would I do that?
Yeah, expect the unexpected with Ash.
Yeah, no, that is true. That is absolutely true. But boys, it is a brand new year. It is a brand new podcast because we've got a brand new intro that you've just heard. We were going to spice it up and do something fantastic beforehand, but do you know what? Just throw you in the deep end. Check out that brand new intro that Kurt come up with. Even though I told him I was going to give it a go, Kurt does what he always does and goes, hold my beer.
No, that was a good choice.
No, to be fair, like I said to him, what pissed me off the most is like it weren't even like 1 times better than what I could have done. It was a million times. I was like,
like you used to drive me potty when you used to blooming get the logos for the show, like the little thumbnail, and I swear to God, it looked like a schoolgirl's backpack, just badges everywhere. It was just all over the place. It was just so much to look at. I'm going like, right, less is more, mate, less is more. But no, just literally everything.
That's why if you look at the
over my logo with Rito.
Yeah, I can't help it. It's the ADHD brain. It's the ADHD brain. I'm like, yeah, just put so much on there, so much. But you look at the original posters for the episodes we did when it was just audio. It is literally just because it was the logo of the podcast, whatever we were talking about, and the name. Because I wasn't allowed to put anything else on there.
Yeah, but if you go back to the first ones where it was just an absolute mess, I hated it. I was like, right, stop putting so much on now.
To be fair, I recently went into the Google Drive folder and found the posters for Never Say Die, our first wrestling show, and the entire folder has all of the different variations on that poster, and you can literally pinpoint who had a hand in making it. Just like, okay, that was made by someone who has no idea about graphic design. That was made by someone who knows a bit. That was one that was made by Ryan, and there's my one.
So what's really nice is what he's just said is that one was made by Woody, that one was made by Scott, that one was made by Ryan, because they're literally labelled Ryan, Scott and Woody Designs.
You're just good. Scott as well. Every episode now you've got to mention Scott.
But again, it's not like that, is it? It's just that's exactly what it is. He's just going, there it is.
The match at the next show.
Oh,
same time as yours.
I want to see you as Scott cage match or last man standing or something.
Special referee, yeah.
It's only gone like that because you're trying to make it like that. And again, going back to the point that I said last time, there's like what you're not going to get a rise out of me. He's not going to get a reaction out of me. It is what it is. Just anyway.
And the third's not even on this one.
Does anyone else even know what the fuck is going on, like in terms of the whole thing? All I know is that Scott and Ryan don't do a podcast anymore. That's as far as my knowledge goes, and I don't really care.
So that's it. That's it. That's exactly the point. But it keeps getting brought up, and I then have to go to find. All I was saying was that that's exactly what the designs were, because I haven't got to I'm not hiding from the fact who did it. Like, I'm just saying because it was me, Scott, and Woody, and it literally says this bit says Woody designs, Scott designs, Ryan designs, and you can see mine are way too much, and then there's like them two who, as I thought they did pretty good jobs, but Kurt just turned around and baited them out for it. To be honest,
I also put myself at the top of the pile, so like my opinion means precisely dick at this point, but.
Yeah, to be fair. But anyway, the intro of the podcast looks fantastic. We've mentioned, obviously, TDW, and it is, this year, if anything, is going to be even bigger than... No, it definitely will be bigger than last year, because we had 2 shows last year. We've got 4 booked for this year. We are less than 8 weeks. Is it 8 weeks away from Danger Zone, 28th? Link will be down below. Get your tickets. There might even still be a promotion where you get a bit of a discount on your tickets going. I can't remember, so go and check it out. But boys, 2026, brand new year, brand new dork world to look into. And I said to you, we could go in and do the whole Stranger Things episode, but Kurt's only on season 2. Tony has still got an episode, but he's not even turned up, so it's just on Kurt at the moment that we're not talking Stranger Things, because Kurt started watching it completely last week.
But I was a Stranger Things virgin this time last week, and honestly, I currently hate 3 years ago me, because I tried to watch Stranger Things in like 2022, and I don't know what it was. Maybe I was just in the wrong mindset for it or whatever. But I sat down, tried to watch the first 2 episodes of season 1, couldn't get into it, and I kind of wrote it off from there. And I've always, anytime anyone's brought it up with me, like, how do you not like Stranger Things? Because it's got everything that you love, Kurt. It's got nerdy stuff. You're a Dungeons and Dragons nerd. You love a bit of 80s nostalgia. It's sci-fi. It's fantasy. It's all of that. Like, why do you not like Stranger Things? I'm like, don't know. Don't like it. And then...
It is one of those things, though, I feel like you do have to... I get where you're coming from of not getting into it, because I think if I didn't binge it sometimes, like when that first season came out, if I didn't binge like 4 or 5 episodes at a time, I would have probably dropped off, because there are some episodes, and this is season 1, 2, 3, 4, there are some episodes that are really just filler, and they're just boring as fuck, and I get it. So I get how people just dropped off.
Yeah, and
but it's one of those things you do have to stick with it.
Yeah, and it's when they were just doing the last episode of season 5, and we were going to do the podcast review episode of Stranger Things. I'm like, do you know what? It's the last few days of Christmas break where I had nothing on. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to give it the old college try. I'm going to sit down and watch as much of it as I can stomach. By the end, honestly, I don't even know what 2022 me was thinking, because by the end of episode 1, I'm sitting there going, how the fuck did I not get into this? And yeah, I've been watching it for 4 days at the moment of recording, and I've just finished season 2. So yeah, I'm hooked.
You done
And he's
season
also
2 already?
Yeah, I have no live demo.
He's bought tickets for the stage show next week for him and his missus when he's all caught up. So we're going there next week, because I've got to go see this Stranger Things, because I've got to finish it off and talk about it on the podcast. But it is
the stage play. You have an advantage going into the 5th season, because apparently a lot of it ties in with the stage play, which I didn't have a clue about. So, but my other half did. She's gone to see the stage play, so she knew all about the stuff surrounding it all. But yeah, I was clueless.
I could easily say, obviously agree with the struggling with it, because look at me in season 4. Season 4, I still haven't fully completed season 4, because I don't know what it was about season 4. The whole Vecna thing, I struggle with. I feel like I keep saying this. I started watching season 1, and then I think I watched the last episode of season 4 before, or a recap. D, when you saying about doing a recap, and I ended up watching it.
Oh yeah, doing a recap of the last season, yeah.
Yeah, I just ended up watching like a 25-minute recap of Stranger Things to catch up with it. So it's just to fill in the blanks, because I'd seen most of it, but I wasn't watching it. I had it on, and I just weren't bothered with it. I just weren't caring about it. But season 5 was good, and when next week, when Kurt's fully caught up, we can talk about it in depth. But this is what I wanted to do tonight, is because it's a brand new year. It's 2026. There's this. I think we've all had a little look at what's coming this year, and when it comes to movies and games, TV shows, I think you said it, Ash, there wasn't too much going on TV show wise.
I mean, like, without obviously this going on, but you got any fans of Yellowstone?
No, but I want to see it.
Okay, so there's kind of like almost like a Marvel universe, but within like Yellowstone going on. Kind of, at the moment, you had like Yellowstone came out first. It's by the same guy that done like Sons of Anarchy and stuff like that. And if you've watched Sons of Anarchy, another fucking great series, but yeah, the Yellowstone is done by that guy. And then they done like 2 spin-offs from like the beginning, like 1893 and like 1923 or something like that. It was Yellowstone, so it was like the different eras of the Yellowstone Ranch kind of thing. But they've got now Yellowstone's completely finished, but they've now got a spin-off with one of the sons called Marshalls, and that pretty much I'm looking forward to, really. Yeah, like TV series. There's anyone heard? Well, no, you're Star. Anyone else Star Trek fans? Have you heard of the new Star Trek series, Starfleet, coming out?
Hang on, is this the one with Robert Picardo as the Doctor?
I'm not too sure. I've only seen a brief like news on it. That was they've obviously it's coming out this year, but it's all I know is it's based in Starfleet, like the Starfleet Academy, and it's all the people trying to become captains. So it's amongst that group of people, the ones that are going to be like future captains based on them. But
I could dig that.
What is it based on, like Picard, them sort of people? Or do you mean like
no, it's not based on them. It's based in Starfleet, but it's like the group of people that are studying to become captains of starships.
Totally new generation of characters.
Yeah.
New generation of like captains of starship, of Starfleet Enterprises and all that kind of stuff. But
am I right in thinking? Because I was going to say the one I know of, it's got Robert Picardo, who played the Doctor in Star Trek Voyager, in it, and it's set in the 100 years into the future after.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think this is the one.
It might be that one, because if anything Star Trek, they're going to bring someone from Star Trek in to kind of get the diehard fans involved as well. I mean, the diehard fans are going to be involved regardless, but people that were fans of Voyager or Enterprise, they'll always put someone in and drop. Like, look at the last one that they done, Picard, and that season where it's like everyone came back.
Season 3 is one of them when we weren't recording, it came out, or obviously I know something me and you would have had such a good conversation about. We did on the phone, but we didn't podcast it at the time. But that season, if you were a Star Trek Next Generation fan, that season, I think, because it was one of them, I was watching it weekly and you were watching it binging at the end, and I'm going to dude, episode 7 and all I wanted to say, like, you don't understand, like every part of me wanted to say to you, the Enterprise D has come back, it's back.
That episode actually killed me off, because my granddad started watching it like season 1, season 2, and he died before that kind of episode when they all come back, so he never got to see that part. So watching that, I was like, fuck, man. I was like, he would have loved this episode. This is like me and my granddad and my dad sitting down watching Star Trek, the Next Generation kind of thing. Like the starship came back, most of the characters came back kind of thing. It was just a great episode, but it did like crush me a little bit that he's going to miss that part. It's like, fuck, man. But no, it was pretty epic.
It was one of them that Star Trek, Ash speaking about his granddad, and when obviously the story of me and Ash meeting when we first moved in, like lived in Basildon, Power Ranger friends, he lived in the next block to my sister, then he moved away, you never think I'm going to see him again, and then I moved to Dagenham and I run into him, we become friends again. When I first started going to his dad's house, or his granddad's house where him and his dad lived, Star Trek was always on. There was always whatever new Star Trek was on, I knew about, because I was a Star Trek fan. Weirdly, like the year or two before I left Basildon, in the time I didn't know Ash, is when I got right into Star Trek Next Generation, and the only reason I got into it was because I really didn't like sci-fi at the time. I didn't think it was cool. I was flicking through the channels and I started watching an episode, and Will Wheaton, who was in Stand By Me as the main character, Geordie, the main character, was Wesley Crusher, the most hated character of Star Trek The Next Generation, but instantly became my favourite because I had a connection. He's from my favourite film, so I love Star Trek. And then one of them things, like when me and Ash became friends again, it was like, not only is this my old Power Rangers friend that by this point I was pretending I weren't into, it's like he also liked Star Trek as well, and I like Star Trek, and nobody liked Star Trek. This is cool, we got friends. And then we had what's his name, do you remember the guy that lived 2 doors down from me, Malcolm?
Oh yeah,
Malcolm. And he was like the biggest Star Trek nerd. He had like all of the folders of Star Trek, the files, all of the ships. He had all the models. You go around his house and his mum spoiled him. Why are we on a tangent about Star Trek? It happens every single.
You just literally said Malcolm, and it just triggered a whole new thing for me in terms of TV series. The comeback, two of the big comeback episodes. I can see Kurt already. Yep, I know what you're going to go into. But you've got literally 2 TV series that were on around about the same time. Big TV series, and they're both coming back this year for new episodes. You've got Malcolm in the Middle and Scrubs, both coming back.
It's weird.
I cannot believe Malcolm in the Middle is back. I'm so happy for that.
I've never watched
than Scrubs, but
I've never watched them all the way through. It's one of them shows. It was on, I'd watch it. Do you know what I mean? For me, both of them. But I know of moments from both of them. Like Scrubs, one of my favourite ever clips is where the janitor and his mates do Barbara Ann in the clip, and it's something to do with Hibbleton, and he goes, they're all nervous, and he goes ba 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 Barbara Ann, and they all just go for it, and it's just one of the funniest things. And plus, I love the theme song, obviously. Oh, yeah. I'm no Superman.
Yeah, Scrubs got lots of theme. I mean, talk about theme songs. Malcolm in the Middle is one of the best theme songs of any TV show ever.
Yes, no.
Maybe.
Can you repeat the question? Sick.
Honestly, that is my childhood right there with that. Love every part of that.
Yeah, no, I can't wait for that one.
Did you ever see
what's the guy's name? Who's the dad?
Bryan Cranston.
Who plays him?
Yeah, Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, obviously the news order.
And off of Breaking Bad as well. Speaking of which, have you ever seen the version of the Breaking Bad finale that they filmed but didn't air?
I just see it's on the DVD extras. Have you never seen it? Where I was
really late to Breaking Bad because I had a Stranger Things moment with Breaking Bad where I watched the first season about 4 or 5 episodes in and went, I can't get behind it, and I dropped out, and I didn't go back to it till it was done and dusted for a good year, and everyone's going, it's the best TV show on earth, and I'm like, fuck all right, I'll give it a go, and I went back to it, and it was I'll get up. Another one where, like you, I don't know why I didn't get into it. I think I just in a different headspace at the time, or I was distracted by other things. But when I actually sat down and gave it a chance, it was a phenomenal series. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so there's an alternative ending that's on the DVD where at the end of the show he wakes up in a nightmare, all panicky, and he calls over to Skylar, and it's the mum from Malcolm in the Middle, and he's not Heisenberg. He's the dad from Malcolm in the Middle.
Is she explaining it to her?
YouTube, I didn't know that was actually a thing.
Yeah, 100%.
That was just a little skit they filmed for Saturday Night Live or some shit.
Yeah. No, it was an actual alternate ending they created. It was made purely to be an alternate, never going to be used ending, just for fan nostalgia, and it was really good because especially if you're fans of you knew him as the dad, because the two characters couldn't have been two more polar opposite, could they? Walter White, who he becomes and the power he becomes against that dad who was he was a bit of a weasel as such, really, a bit of a scaredy cat.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think it's one of the reasons why him as Walter White works so well is because everyone knew him as the suburban family, wouldn't hurt a fly dad from Malcolm in the Middle. And that's the image that you have of him, and of course that's what he starts as very much in there. And then to see that level of fall from grace, that's why it works so well. But I love the fact you call him as a weasel, because my ultimate memory of the dad in Malcolm in the Middle, it's when the 3 kids are just in the bedroom or something, and then he runs in, pins the door behind him, and goes, "I need someone to take the fall, no questions asked."
It's so good. It's like just him on the roller skates when he wants to come out and do a pre rollerblading and win it, or roller skating or something, and he goes to his dad, and he's like, his dad used to be a proper professional rollerblader, and he's like, okay, and it's gets on the things, it's that gonna take a place that I know is right for me. Do 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 do. It's so good with the little. He's good. But one of the memorable scenes for me is that that I can relate to him. Is that, have you seen the ADHD part of it? The bit where he's got one thing to do. If you anyone that's got any form of ADHD, and I don't claim to have ADHD in any way, shape, or form,
I will.
But I can relate to that. A lot of my partner sits there and goes like, no, you've got ADHD. And I'm like, I don't know. But there's one bit on it where he just has to go do a job. I think it's something as stupid as like he needs to change a light bulb. And he goes to change the light bulb. And as he goes to get the light bulb out of the drawer squeaks. So he goes, huh. So he goes to the garage to go get some like WD-40, and as he opens the thing to get some WD-40, something else goes on, and it's literally there's about 6-7 things that he jumps to before doing the main job, and then Lois comes home, and the car's in pieces, and he's got the engine out of the car and everything, and then she's like, "What the hell happened? I literally asked you to change a light bulb or something," and it just had me in stitches because I have done that so many times. Like I've gone like to just go, like Lisa goes to me like, "Oh, can you go make us a tea or something?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go make a tea." And then all of a sudden I've gone through multiple different things. I was plunging the bath at one point, and then she's like, "Why are you plunging the bath at like midnight?" And I was like, "Because no, it was the sink at midnight." Because I don't know what I'd done, but I rinsed something in the sink and then pulled the drain out, and it drained too slowly. So I was starting plunging the sink. It's like literally, I get the whole jumping between job to job and then forgetting completely what the original job was.
I mean, that is my that's my average day at work.
Yeah. That is literally yesterday. Yesterday, the mum messaged me saying, "I've got a gaming desk to get rid of. It. I think Jacob wants one." I was like, "Yeah, he does. Yeah." But instantly, my head went, "Well, the gaming desk. As soon as I see it, I knew it was wider. Like it would make more sense for me to have it because I've got 3 screens, and Jacob's got a smaller space that it's in his room." So I was like, the plan originally was I was going to buy myself a corner L-shaped desk and Jacob have my desk. Why don't I have the gaming desk? He has that. So then it became a process of I've got to swap everything, unplug all of this. It's just getting this desk and getting Jacob a new desk became me unplugging and rewiring everything in my room to sorting all of Jacob's. I've got Brad and you go up there and you two sort that one out. And you do that. My neighbour's trying to ring me right now. I don't know why he's trying to ring me, but okay. He was the one coming because he had to come round and help me build the desk.
He's probably heard this disgusting story out the window of you trying basically stealing a brand new desk off your own kid just to give yourself a better desk.
No,
he
knows.
Disgusted about it and was like, "It's like no, I've got to call him. That's a bad dad. Bad dad. It's like stealing from your own children."
He can ring me all he wants. He was there. He was helping me like with the desk. Because he's the one that was at my mother-in-law's taking it down, so he was like, "I'll come round, I'll sort that out." Because obviously he knew I was in the middle of dealing with all the kids, and that I'd have to rearrange everything. So he was dealing with the desk while I was taking all of this apart. It was just the whole house went up, and I texted the missus going, "Just so you know, the house is going to be slightly different when you get back because Jacob's old little tiny square desk is now in our front room, which she's not happy about." Because I was like, because I've got a spare old gaming chair, Ronnie can have it. And she's like, "Ronnie does not need a desk and a gaming chair." She's like, "Stop trying to find a space for your old shit."
Talk about finding space for your old shit and the ADHD, funny enough. I had this in the interim in between Christmas and New Year's because my work shuts for Christmas. So I have a nice 10-day period of nothing. My other half went back to work in between Christmas and New Year's. So I'm sat at home, just playing some PlayStation, going through Netflix, and I walk into the bedroom. And there's all the bags from all the stuff that we got from Christmas, and there's a bunch of tat in the bedroom. Long story short, my other half came back from work that day, and as she walked into the bedroom, what she saw was a brand new IKEA cabinet, fully built. For I basically just looked at it and went, "Huh." And then driven all the way to Lakeside, done the full lap, bought everything, taken it home, built it. I was like, I may have spent £250 today, but also look at the bedroom.
Yeah, I did. Look at the posters up my stairs. I sent you the pictures, didn't I? I've put all the 80s movie posters. I knew I was in trouble if I was going to do that, so I did it subtly. The Batman one went up first, and that gave it about a month, and then I was like, well, if I just do 2. So I did 2, put it up there. She walked in, she went, "I don't even want to see it. I don't even want to see it." I was like, "It looks all right." Then she went, "Yeah, it actually looks kind of all right." I was like, "So I'm just going to let you know tomorrow there's probably going to be 8 going up the stairs." And there is literally, because the plan is obviously once we finally get to swapping rooms around, I'm having the tiny room, which is Jacob's room, because obviously I share this room with Ronnie and Jake. We're all rooms are being swapped. So I was like, well, because me and Brad are going to be upstairs, we'll have the movies posters going upstairs. It's kind of because both of us have kind of got gaming setups and office looks. It would look kind of cool going upstairs to both of our rooms. and I've got all my 80s movie posters up on the wall, and I don't have to try and get them round the wall of a tiny little box room. I can put other stuff in the background. Hopefully, all my Power Ranger stuff that still ain't here. Damo, you're very, very quiet. Very, very quiet.
That's because we ain't got to the gaming part. Yeah, I mean, we said that we've got nothing really going on with TV, and we've just spent 30 minutes talking about TV.
Old TV shows that haven't been on for 30 years.
But they're coming in 2026.
Yeah, I've just watched Superman and Lois Adventures on Prime.
What, the Tyler Hoechlin?
I think so, yeah. The
newer one,
yeah.
Mate. Honestly, underrated show.
Yeah.
Underrated show, and that last season is so good. So he is such a good.
He's a brilliant Superman.
He's a brilliant Superman.
He's really good Superman.
I'm so glad that they kind of, obviously it was originally going to be the same version of him that was in Supergirl, wasn't it? But they very quickly established this is the same guy playing him, but this is actually not that universe. So they could not have to live off the stories that they'd made, because obviously with Supergirl they changed some of the Superman lore to make it relevant for her. Then you kind of
Supergirl,
yeah, but so the Superman, and because that instantly that tone of that show is completely different to the rest of the Arrow. Arrow's a little bit darker, but
well, you know my thoughts on CW and their universe of DC.
Yeah, listen, we've done 40 odd episodes on it.
When it first started.
We're still trying to talk about the future. Okay, so while we're on DC, and we're going into 2026, let's stop the TV talk because we keep talking about old things. Let's go into DC and start with a movie that's coming out next year, Supergirl. That is the next iteration of James Gunn's DC. So far, with the whole Netflix takeover, we haven't been told that James Gunn isn't in control anymore, but I think all of us are expecting it because this is the luck with DC. But Supergirl is coming. This trailer's dropped. Don't know about you guys. Well happy for it. Looking forward to that. And like, it looks like a good kind of, like, the way his Superman was so, oh gosh, he was that. What is he said in the final scene? He says something like, oh jeepers. He's proper, very well spoken. He's a proper Superman. Her contradiction, Supergirl, I'm all here for it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, I'm looking forward to it, but I did watch the trailer and I just got a very kind of Guardians of the Galaxy vibe off of it.
Well, that's because it's James Gunn. Like, this before. That's his style of filmmaking.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. I was like, so, I don't know. Like, I'm always a little bit optimistic with DC. Love DC, and I just want it to do well. And I was quite happy with
into Superman. No,
you
can't complain about James Gunn. No, it was perfectly done. Look at Crypto and the Superman and Lois. That was a normal done.
That was probably some of the only downside to it is when they're putting in a little bit too much CGI. And even though it was done all right, it was still quite noticeably a CGI dog.
Yeah. Was that when he was flying, by any chance?
No, it's weird, isn't it? Because
it was just its movements and its mannerisms and all that. Anyone that's got a dog kind of watched that and was like,
Johnny was
necessarily moving.
They actually
it just seemed a little bit odd.
They actually mocapped and modelled a real dog for it, but I think what did it, and might have taken some people out of it, is actually the cape. Because I saw a visual effects breakdown of this one. Is because a real cape wouldn't sit that way on a dog's back; it would flap all over the place. But obviously they couldn't have that. They actually had to kind of virtually pin the cape to the CG model of the dog. So I think if you remove the cape from the equations, the dog's movements, apart from the fact it's fucking flying, are actually fine. But like where the cape doesn't quite move naturally because it can't, otherwise it just would take you right out of it even more. But I think like it's a little bit of that uncanny valleyness in that you kind of know that something's off but can't quite put your finger on it.
When you're talking about special effects, do you guys not think like it's weird that special effects since COVID seem to have gone down? Like we got to like Endgame and CGI was mind-blowingly good, and it's like, oh my god! Like I always remember that. I was watching it the other day. Is it Civil War?
You say that bit in the what's that Iron Man?
Oh, not the Hulkbuster, the floating Mark Ruffalo head.
The Hulkbuster is like, what the hell is that part?
It's the time crunch on doing visual effects.
That's what it is. There's
such pressure to get that finished.
I've been a big believer in this. Like, there's
done in that time.
Not really such a thing as bad VFX or bad VFX artists. It's more exactly that, studios not giving the artists enough time to cook.
But it's so evident. It's like we're so excited. Look, again, it's to bring out The Flash. I went to see that film a month before it come out, and they told us this film is not the finalised film. There is going to be some changes made. And when I saw the scenes that everyone, when it came out, went, what the fuck was that CGI? Christopher Reeve looking like an animation. Helen's like Nicolas Cage almost being like literally being like he's come out of a 1990s 3D animated
claymation freaking like version of Nicolas Cage.
I turned to my mate Keith and was like, oh, this is what they're talking about. When we saw that in the month before, I was like, they haven't finished the CGI. When I watched the film the second time, I was like, I didn't want to say anything to the boys that I was with. I was like, oh, no, they haven't. No.
Well, they finished it.
They didn't bother. They didn't bother.
Ash is going to have a field day with this.
I
have no faith in that.
Because when if that would have been good CGI, that moment would have just been. The whole thing would have been admitted. You think if you would have seen a more realistic looking Christopher Reeve coming down, that moment itself adds a millionfold, doesn't it? Like the fact that it came down and looked so bad, you went, and Ash, you were there when I saw it, and I said it. I was like, this is the best. That film is the best DC movie for me of the last 15 years, purely because of the Michael Keaton segments. That is it. I admit that.
Why did they call it The Flash? It should have just been called like Batman Returns Again, like because it was a fucking film based around Batman and Supergirl, and then with a little bit of Flash thrown in, and all the Flash parts were absolute piss.
Yeah, but to be fair, there was probably a lot more Flash, but the closer that film got to coming out, they were like, how do we get rid of the Flash in his movie?
He was under such controversy.
All the film execs are just like, Ezra, can you please just stop?
No more bars, Ezra. No more bars.
Yeah, no more bars and no more kids.
And speaking of shit DC, I watched Joker the other day.
Which one?
The Joker Oda de
Folie à
Toilette or whatever.
The Joker Eau de Toilette.
Okay, as someone that like
don't want the second film to spoil the first.
As someone that has I have a right to say this because the Joker is my cosplay as such. I do the Joker every year, right? That film never fucking happened. It never happened. Like like I said this. I can't remember if it was on here or so, but when I went to see that film again, I went to the multimedia screening. By this point, I'd been to these a few times. Every time, no matter what, I watched that. What's that film set in the desert? Dune Part 2. I hadn't seen it. Like that film, people were laughing throughout it, and me and Keith, who'd never really seen the first one, we kept looking at each other and going, don't get it. But like at the end, standing ovation. I'd seen Shazam, even The Flash, standing ovation. Like and after that CGI, Joker Folie à Deux, I swear to God, even Jonathan Ross was sat about 6 seats away from me. Every single person in that cinema got up and no one was speaking. I was like, oh no, this is bad.
To go from that first one to whatever the fuck that was just such a drastic difference. I could have swore it was a completely different director, producers, all that. Like, I had a completely different team.
It has to be.
But it's not. He just had a fucking brain fart. He just woke up one day and went, you know what, I'm going to fuck the Joker up because I don't want to do a third.
Was that the first time you'd watched it?
Yeah, first time I watched it.
Oh, your first time you got around to watching it?
Never. I was like, that was an absolute waste of 2 hours and 18 minutes.
I refuse to watch it. Never gonna.
You've not seen it?
I wanted to turn it off after about the first hour and maybe
once
30
I heard
minutes.
it was the singing thing.
I've got it. Obviously, I see it at the cinemas. Obviously, I got to see it for free, so I didn't actually spend any money on it. Obviously, my plan was because of the first one. The first one is technically the film I've seen the most at the cinemas ever. I went to see it like 3 or 4 times. No, Superman is now. I've seen Superman 4 times. Was I see 4? I don't know. Anyway, at the time it was the most. So when that film was like, well, cool, this is going to be as good. Like, I'm going to see. I'm planning. I'm going to go see it free for the first time, and then I'm going to go see it like 2 or 3 times. I came out. I was like, well, in no rush to go there. I've bought it on Blu-ray just purely because I've got as many DC movies as there is on Blu-ray. I've bought it. It ain't been opened. Like, and it ain't gonna be. It is not getting touched because I will never want to watch that film again.
Well, it won't be worth anything if you in it.
No, but I know what will be. I've got a signed copy of Steve Jobs here if anyone wants it.
Well,
Ash doesn't have a clue about this, do you?
Speaking of,
you don't know about that.
No.
Speaking of films that are coming out, that we talked about, like proper nostalgia from our childhoods coming back with like Malcolm in the Middle and stuff like that. Here's something that's coming out in June this year, 2026. And
I know what you're going to say.
I have so many mixed emotions about this because in 2026, June the 5th is going to be the premiere of the new Masters of the Universe. Hold fire on that one, Damo. We're going to get to that. But yeah, Masters of the Universe in 2026. So, again, I've got mixed feelings about this anyway. Personally, I've got a real so bad it's good love for the Dolph Lundgren movie. But
for the time, again, when we saw them films, they were phenomenal because that's what we were given. Now, when you look back and go, what that was a He-Man movie.
Yeah,
it's like the Super Mario movie. I loved that when I first was a kid. Then about 2 years later, I remember watching it going, where's the Super Mario in this Super Mario movie?
That movie was the reason why we didn't get any new Nintendo movies for like 40 years. But the He-Man movie. Firstly, I love the Dolph Lundgren movie because there's a post-credits scene where Skeletor pops up and goes, "He'll be back." It's like, fucking when? But 2026 it turns out. But here's what I've got mixed emotions about this. I'm always cautious about remakes anyway, but I'm going to read the plot synopsis and you tell me at which point I get worried. In the furthest regions of space, the kingdom of Eternia is threatened by the villainous Skeletor, played by Jared Leto, and his mischievous armies of dark. It's there. It's right there.
Like, he has been done dirty by writers. He can be good, but the writers.
I'm the one with him tattooed on his arm, and even at this point, I'm
I'd burn that off, mate, honestly.
I think it's just going to become just
that part. You've actually fucked my day up.
See, I didn't know that part, but the bit that put me straight off was the first images we saw was him in a pink shirt walking down New York. It's like, wait, don't do a fucking He-Man movie where he's not on fucking Eternia. Like, really? Like no.
Yeah, I was wondering where they was going at because I think I saw the same kind of snippet of him like with tower blocks behind him, and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's going to be like the Barbie movie where they pull him into this kind of universe.
What is it with films letting Jared Leto ruin shit? I know it's not him making them decisions, but whenever they cast him in something, movie,
it's weird and it's bad because there was obviously, again, we've been through this in 5 years of this podcast. We've been through this. Like, I really did want to give him the time of day, and maybe somewhere out there is a fucking footage of him as the Joker that is good, but we've been promised it for 10 years now. By the way, Suicide Squad came out 10 years ago this year. It's not going to happen. Morbius, I was still saying to this day, I finally watched, I think, first 20 minutes of it and turned it off. I was so excited for that film, so excited for Morbius. The trailers looked the bollocks.
The person who carried that film was
Matt Smith.
Yeah, he carried that film. Yeah,
but I've never watched.
He was the only one in it that could actually act, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's a shame, but why are we talking about Jared? Oh, because of He-Man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, He-Man.
The curse.
Oh, He-Man. If I get the opportunity to go see it early, I'll go see it. I'll see how the reactions are if I don't get to see it early. If it's not great, because I instantly that synopsis you didn't even finish, and I'm not gonna lie, everything about it does not.
I didn't read further than that, mate.
Yeah,
talking about worrying remakes then, and I don't know if anyone else heard of it. Has anyone else heard that this year a new, yet again, Resident Evil is coming out?
Yes.
No.
But movie, series, I mean, we got the new game with Requiem.
So it's a film, but hold fire, because this actually sounds way more promising. Because it's actually done by the director of, as if anyone else has seen this one, Weapons.
Go on.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but I know the film.
So, now, if you've seen Weapons, you know that actually...
It's good.
That's a pretty decent fucking film.
Yeah, I've heard
and that
really
guy
good.
knows Eerie. So, if he's helming a Resident Evil reboot, this is the most promising that Resident Evil's ever been for me. Because it seems like that guy knows horror.
Yeah.
Not action, anything like that. He knows horror. But actually, there's actually some decent little action parts in that as well. But he knows creepy, he knows eerie, and he knows horror. So if he can do that with Resident Evil and keep it true to its source, I will be very fucking pleased.
Like, the one, all he's got to do to get it right, and this is such a simple thing, isn't it? Right? Is use the characters from the fucking game, not adding them in for 4 movies later and just wasting the best characters in a game series ever, right? Because
Oh, I was muted. If I see Mila in that film, I'm out.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Like, if you watch them,
She's a good actress.
If they weren't a Resident Evil film, they wouldn't be a bad series. Some of it is like it's fun to watch, but it's when you're such a Resident Evil fan and you're being told you're watching a Resident Evil fan, and the lore you know is being ripped up in front of you. It's like fuck off. Like, come on, man. Like,
wasn't it her husband that directed them?
Paul W.S. Anderson.
Mila's husband.
Maybe.
Mila Jovovich.
Yeah,
Jovovich,
that rings a bell. Actually, I don't.
The fact that she was in every Resident Evil movie
that.
Like, good action movie, but not good Resident Evil movie.
So give us a main character that was in the games. That would start. Give us start us
thing in the mansion.
Right,
Yes.
start us in a
Resident
start us in a helicopter that is landing in a forest
woods.
right next to a fucking mansion. That's where we want to start. We don't want 55 characters.
understand.
We want
If you,
That, like, the game's old. Everyone's played the game, so they know the story. But it's very easy to take something and go like, all right, well, they all know the outcome, they all know the story, but let's like switch it up a little bit, because obviously we're not following a path within a game now. So now we can tell a story within the mansion, but the outcomes are all pretty much fairly similar. The characters are all fairly, so you're going to meet the giant fucking snake. You know, you're gonna have the dog jumping through the window, kind of stuff. Take little points that people that have played the game are going to do the old freaking that bit, you know. That
insert Leonardo DiCaprio here.
True to the game, you know, and then give it enough time to be able to do a follow-on in Raccoon City Police Department.
Hold on, in the original game, weren't it a movie scene they originally made for the footage?
Yeah, it was a live action shot with. And everyone talks about the terrible voice acting in Resident Evil. Which, by the way, I think if you really want to ape Resident Evil and make it iconic to the game, you just have to hire the worst fucking actors ever. But it's like the original voice acting is iconic for all the wrong reasons, but everyone talks about the voice acting for the actual. Yeah, everyone talks about the voice acting for the actual characters, but that live action scene that they shot as well is also terribly acted. Like, I'll never forget the guy going, "No, don't go." It's just.
Yeah. There's no pain in the voice. Do you know what I mean? There's no emotion.
It's terrible, but
and you got the old iconic zombie turning around in the corridor kind of thing, which ended up being the front cover of the game. Wasn't that based around Nosferatu as well?
Yes. He was
original,
the idea.
That.
So the thing
when
is,
you go through the first bit of the mansion, you open that door and
the first time you meet a zombie.
So the thing is, you could alter it. And listen, whoever's in charge of this, Netflix, Sony, whoever, you could listen to this dork conversation, right? We know that first one is going to end probably finding out that Wesker is the bad guy. When all the way through, you meant to think it's the other guy, and I can't remember his name. There's obviously Chris and Jill. There's Wesker, and there was the
Barry?
guy with the beard.
Barry. Yeah.
Right. Barry doesn't ever come back, does he? He's never in another game.
Barry's not in another game until Resident Evil Revelations 2. Memory serves me right.
Doesn't matter.
You know your knowledge.
Doesn't matter. That was the third. That was the thingy one, wasn't it? Like the third person.
No, Resident Evil Revelations 2, decent game, fun enough. So that's Revelations 2 was in the PS4 generation of Resi games. It's third person, plays very much like Resident Evil 6 does, and it's you got 2 campaigns. You got Barry, who's basically protecting a child all the way through, and then you got Claire in a double. No, I won't go there. Yeah, you got Claire in a double team with Barry's daughter. But Barry's daughter's like a teenager. And
doesn't make it better.
Yeah, and Kurt's clickbaiting you so bad.
He's trying. I ain't gone back, Kurt. I know what you're doing.
I'll be back in 1 minute.
But yeah, and I think the big bad in it is it's Wesker's sister, I think.
Right. So let me put it this way. My idea, it eliminates any films, any games that wasn't the main timeline, right? Because the main timeline is the main timeline in Resident Evil. Because there was some terrible in betweens. I stick to the main timeline. Where's Damo gone?
He said he'd have to be back in a minute.
Oh,
sorry, mate. We're just recording a podcast here.
Yeah, you have a social life while we're recording the podcast.
Well, man's
so
he's got to go. Might have been all that talking about like
so,
children.
anyway, the first one,
bash one
surprise us, and make someone else the bad guy, not Wesker. Make
You know
it.
what? I
Make
don't
it,
even think like make the. I think a picture perfect way to end it, right, would be like the general. Don't worry about the Wesker thing because he doesn't actually come back into the games properly in the second one anyway. But do some bit where they get out of the city and then just end the film with a lorry driving into Raccoon City and just end it there. Because anyone that knows the games knows how fucking 2 starts. So that is literally a teaser saying, here's your second movie, guys. Now wait for another year or 2. You know what I mean? It's like, just end that. Like, they've just got out of Raccoon City. It's going to go to absolute shit or something. And then it's just like, you see this fucking truck just driving to a city and it just says Raccoon City. And it's like...
the thing is,
boom,
you could, if you was like, do you know what? If you think, right, we're going to make a series of these films, right? There's only... Hang on, this will be the 9th main game, wouldn't it? 9th one coming out. Requiem is the 9th one. You could go, do you know what? Why don't we make a free? Because realistically, like game 1 could be done in an hour. Like you don't need to spend 3 hours in a movie even going around picking locks and trying to find all bit. You could do you know what I mean? So what if you did 1 and 2 in movie 1? And then you could get to, like, yeah, we're going to follow the storyline, like, kind of like change things, and then when it gets to, like, the 3rd or 4th movie, we're in uncharted territories, but we're investing in the characters we know.
See, I don't think you could do 1 and 2 in one movie, just because there's a lot into it. I think you could do? I think you could do 0 and 1 in one movie. Resident Evil 0 is part of the main canon. At the prequel, it's got it's Rebecca Chambers before she joins the rest of the team.
But
Okay,
I
yeah.
think it's a
What
good
you
call,
said
like,
with
you
that
could
lorry,
like,
Ash, was that was perfect.
Focus more on the outbreak itself and the lab type stuff, but within the mansion, and then tell the story of how it makes its way to the city, so that it's setting up for 2, but it's mainly focused around, like, you know, containing the outbreak as such. But yeah, like I said, you do 0 and that in there, but like, you know that any film's going to be bigger when it goes like games. It's bigger when it goes open world. You know, so I think with the first movie, it being a bit more claustrophobic,
Keep it
keep it inside a mansion, keep it a little bit claustrophobic to, you know, bring the story of how like the outbreak started, all that lot. But then like where it spreads to the city is where that's going to be the big second movie, because now you've got a city to deal with.
Or like you could as well, like, again, think about it, because there is parts. Remember when 2 come out, you wanted to know where Chris was, because that was what Claire was looking. And then when you finally catch up with Chris, he's been on these missions. There's filler there. He's been doing other stuff in between, and when you finally catch up, is it 5 he comes back?
Yeah, 5's the next main one with Chris. Yeah,
African Queen. Which they tried, didn't they try to ban that as well?
They tried to ban it for the stupidest reason ever. Basically, the reason they were banning it is like, oh, you know, it's the film where black people are the bad guys. I'm like, they're in Africa. Like, black people are not the bad guys. It's just the zombies are the bad guys, and it's just
Can you call them zombies in number 5? Because they were the weird.
It's not even Ganados, isn't it? It's
I loved number 5.
It's Ouroboros. That's it.
I thought it was good, like the co-ops, adding the co-op side of it. I thought was fantastic.
The AI was shit.
But
aren't they remaking it?
What, number 5?
I think they're at number. I thought they hadn't. Have they done number? 4?
They've done number 4. Yeah,
because of the whole controversy with it.
I think you could remake 5 and do it well.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah. I don't mind like if they did it, but I know that for a fact it got a little bit of controversy from it, and I think they're just going to sit there and go like, we don't really want to drag this all up again, so let's.
But I need. It's the settings. Like they chose that setting because it was a completely different setting to what we used to, and that is what you would get. It would be like doing a Resident Evil in China and not all. But it's like doing a Resident Evil in China and the zombies not being Chinese. Majority of them not being Chinese. Well, they would be. You can't do that because that's saying that Chinese people are the bad guys. Yeah, but it's not, is it? It's not, is it? Because you're using your settings as surrounded. If it was predominantly like all black zombies and they were based in Brighton, right? Then you're kind of like, hang on, like you're kind of saying that.
Why would that make it any different?
I'm just saying. because in the Africa settings, it was set in a jungle in Africa. You're not gonna catch me out. I'm not gonna start with this. It's set in a African jungle.
Oh God, here we go.
Why is that zombie
right.
wearing a rainbow flag?
I identify as a zombie. Her.
Zombie.
Yeah. A zombie them.
50 minutes, we did all right on the monetisation. But
We did.
Brains. Listen. Yeah. Brains. Listen, I don't assume what I eat. All right.
No, they're all vegan down in Brian anyway.
I do getting back onto it, please.
Going up and munching on a cucumber, and that's not a euphemism as well either, by the way. There's something else.
Okay.
You associate cucumbers with.
This is a movie. There's a movie that what you want to talk about? Do you still want to talk about Resident Evil? Because I've got a movie that I would want to talk about, but also know because it's gonna trigger Brokeback.
Go on.
What movie? Go on.
Because he's gonna find a way to try and wind me up. It's a film coming out April 26. It is about a king, the king. Bam 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 bam.
MJ.
Yeah, no, that looks pretty decent actually.
Wait, you're not going to try and make any reference to false allegations that were put against him and try and wind me up?
I don't go over the same jokes. It was funny the first time.
Cool. Right. So, Michael the movie. I'm not going to lie. Like, of all the biographies, I mean, the Elvis one, unbelievable. But this one, Michael, because, like, by the looks of it, they're going to dive into everything. Oh, mate. Have you? So that's also something that's coming out next year. This is what I was saying. It's like, this is pretty cool for an Elvis and Michael Jackson fan like myself. The guy who directed it, because of like all the research they were doing into the film, they found a lot of concert footage that's never been shown. They're releasing he's releasing a concert movie this year, and it's pretty much all new footage of Elvis that's never been shown.
Shame they didn't look on his hard drive for that unreleased footage as well. That would have been a fucking great one.
It didn't take long.
It would have totally changed the movie.
In 1977, when he died, they didn't even have floppy disks, so
He had a floppy dick though.
well, I bet he didn't.
Not around kids, he didn't.
Yeah, not around kids.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, can you just point this out? Elvis and Michael Jackson. Actually, like.
Were they friends?
That song, that's pretty damning though, isn't it? That song.
No, I was thinking about the fact he married
listen
Priscilla
to it.
Presley when she was 14.
There
was
it
the
is.
problem, but
There's that one as well.
different
That's
times,
one
mate.
of many.
Different times.
One of many.
Different times.
Different
Actually,
times.
No, I don't think they married at 14. I think he met her when she was 14.
He just fingered her a
Just
couple of
stuck it
times.
in at 14.
See, like this is why this podcast is
I'm
still
innocent.
gonna.
I only fingered her.
10 years time, we're still going to be turning up, starting a new year, going, we're going to make something of ourselves this year, and then Ash will go, right, who touched children this week, and who can I bring up on this podcast while dressed as a fucking gay cowboy? Ah, fucking knob.
They broke back
Michael
out.
movie.
You know, you got something against the gays. Like first you start bringing up Brighton. And
Oh,
start
here we go.
fucking Brighton. Now you're talking about me being all fucking broke. What's wrong with? I like guys. I like guys. Whatever. Maybe I like both.
What? Mate, you swing whatever way you want to swing, I don't care. So,
Brian's going to swing for
There's
you.
a joke there that I missed. Yeah.
movies that coming out next year. Why can't we just have a normal podcast? Why does it get weird all the
Bring it
time?
back in the room.
Yeah,
No one,
3, 2,
absolutely
1,
no one
back in
help
the
him.
room. You're under.
I mean, I've got a list here. I mean, we've barely scratched the surface on the movies coming out. I mean,
But this is what's exciting. This is such a good year for movies. Like going through movies that, you know, I mean, the big ones I'm going to see are, you know, obviously Supergirl, obviously Avengers, obviously
Can I hold
Michael,
you there?
probably
Have you seen the new Avengers trailer that they dropped like yesterday or the day before?
the X-Men one that's been
loads of
leaked.
little ones, isn't they?
No,
Yeah, because
it was like a 4 trailer, but for Avengers
Yeah, the
Doomsday.
4 one.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, they've released the X-Men one now.
Oh,
Have
what
you not
the
seen
hell?
that?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
But have you seen it? Like, it's been online for a couple of weeks.
See, I didn't watch.
Yeah,
I didn't watch any of the. I didn't watch any of the leaked ones because there's just so many AI generated ones doing the rounds at this point that I just didn't. Anytime it says leaked, I'm like, I don't believe it.
That's what I do. I watch the leaked ones and then just wait for Marvel to release it officially and go, oh, that one was real. Oh, that one. Did. But this, the X-Men one, if you've seen it, right, that is like just seeing Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart together one last time, because Patrick Stewart said that this is going to be his swan song, isn't it? And he had a swan song with Picard, as we were talking about earlier, and a swan song as Professor X. That's my Patrick Stewart.
I think we do need a proper swan song with Professor X, because the two last times that we've seen him, he's been killed off in both of them.
3 of them.
Hang on. Oh, yeah, all three. He gets killed off. No.
Last Stand.
No, because he makes an appearance in Days of Future Past and he doesn't die in that one.
No, Last Stand, he dies.
Yeah, Last Stand was before.
Yeah, so but I'm saying Last Stand he dies.
Chronologically.
Then he dies in Logan, and then he dies in Doctor Strange.
Yeah, and in the worst way as well, he dies in Doctor Strange.
But I think that's what's infuriating about that scene. Like, we were excited because we knew that scene was coming where we're going to see some old school things, and they just we saw what's his face as Reed Richards,
John Krasinski
as yes, he's a bit strict. Yep. Oh my God, Black Bolt's back from the Inhumans or whatever it was. Oh yeah,
that was a great death.
Oh, that was a great death. But that was the first one, wasn't it? That was the first death out of all of them.
Yeah.
It was so
pretty much.
Yeah. Peggy Carter's back as Captain Britain. This is brilliant. No, she's in 2 pieces.
Yeah. Wow. She's in more timelines than Captain Rogers. Steve Rogers, sorry. But they basically, that scene was there to just piss everybody off, and it did. It worked.
You could literally hear Sam Raimi pissing himself behind the camera as it was happening.
Like, you thought I was going to give you stuff that you wanted to see. Here's a scene where we kill off everybody you wanted to see. But again, that X-Men thing with them two, but that Cyclops clip, have you all seen it?
Yeah.
You need to check it out. There's a clip of Cyclops in this new X-Men trailer, and let's just say we're getting the X-Men. Cyclops. Is Cyclops.
Who's playing him?
Oh, it's still
I can't remember. Marsden?
Oh, yeah, James Marsden, that's it. I was trying to give you you know who I'm talking about without saying I don't know the fucking name off the top of my head.
I'm saying that.
Go to the rescue.
James Marsden, the one that played him in the original 3 movies. So, I mean, I don't think we've been told where we're going to get all of the X-Men, but I feel like the ones we're going to see, we're going to get them costumes.
Yeah.
Finally, and it would be nice even just to get a collective of them together, like
Logan,
Jackman.
Yeah, huge.
He's going to be. Of course he is. I mean, how many times has he said he's not coming back? Like, this is Avengers Doomsday with all of his team.
Yeah, he'll do it for that.
Of course he's taking the payday. Of course he's taking it. He's not stupid at this point. He thought he was clever going, retiring. I'm retiring.
You know what? I'm starting to think, unless they're going to do this another bullshit fucking alternate timeline thing when they finally start to do the X-Men, but I think it's either what you're seeing from the X-Men thingy is like a past X-Men or something like Cyclops is going to die, but they need to start introducing the younger guys now. If they're going to go into the after Doomsday, they're going to start on the whole Fantastic Four, the Avengers arc, or not the Fantastic Four and Avengers, the Fantastic Four and like X-Men arc. Then they need to start introducing some of these characters.
So
now he can't play Wolverine for the next 10 to 15 years.
He's going to do this till he's 90. I mean. Did you not hear Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, but it's not going to be believable.
Yeah, but obviously, he was. I think it's obvious what's happened. He was done in 2015 when Logan was a fucking great send off. Then, I'm not being horrible. He ain't silly. Deadpool come out the next year where he's basically saying we should do a Deadpool Wolverine movie throughout that film, isn't he? He saw that film hit $1 billion and he was like, instantly he was like, I don't think, because he says in the interviews, like, he just knew when Deadpool 2 come out and it was still, he was like, I just knew I had to do it, and I rung Ryan and I went,
yeah,
If there's any reason for me to be in this movie, I'm going to be in it, because he knew there was money behind it. He knows that there's, Avengers Doomsday. What I believe is going to happen with Doomsday, then Secret Wars, is going to be where this is the end of the Avengers, the X-Men, the Spider-Men that we grew up with, I believe, because this is what Secret Wars is about. It's about resetting the timeline. It ends with a new universe being built, and I think because it's the MCU was too far into it when they got the rights to the X-Men to then introduce mutants who have meant to have been around for hundreds of years, haven't they? So they couldn't then introduce it. So they've gone, okay, that's why they've brought the fucking Russo brothers back and that. Like, you end everything. You end it all. Bring the X-Men in. Bring the fucking Spider-Man in. Bring the MCU in. End it. And then at the end of that, we've now got the rights to pretty much everything bar Spider-Man. Let's start again. And that's what will happen. We'll get a new universe, and it will start again, and it will start... They've got a new way to look at it, because they can start the MCU again from scratch. So give us a new Iron Man, give us an orange... But give us it in the world where mutants are there. All of it is together. The Fantastic Four. That's why the Fantastic Four is on a different universe and not in the MCU, because what's the point of bringing them into the MCU? They're going to kill them off. They're going to kill them off. Everyone's getting wiped out.
Yeah. You could even keep some of the actors that you've cast relatively recently and say that, we'll keep that person in that character, but it's a variation of that character in this new universe.
Yeah.
I just think I'd like the whole Marvel. I think I'm just for you got that Marvel burnout, almost like that superhero burnout. Like there's not been anything good out of them since
no burnout.
The Avengers kind of finished, and
everything that's been good.
Nothing's been working, and then they've gone, fuck, let's bring them all back, because
are you up to date on the Avengers? Yeah,
because the only thing that
with Thor's eye.
What do you mean?
In the new trailer, he has both eyes.
He's had both eyes.
Given the eye.
Yeah, so prosthetic.
He was given a new eye. When was
it? Infinity War, when he joins when he joins the Guardianship.
He gets given a new. He had, but in that it was one was brown, one was blue, or something. Like, it was two different eyes.
It just looked normal in the new trailer. It was all about
I think
him.
He's probably got a prosthetic. He's probably got a prosthetic. He's probably got a prosthetic now that is the same colour. Do you know what I mean? He was just using whatever one they had at the time. But again, it's just normal, isn't it? It's just like.
So we can't be asked to make him keep wearing an eye patch the whole way through.
But it's what I'm saying. You say nothing's been good since Endgame as such. The things that have been good are the ones that have had the nostalgia in them.
There's been some standouts. I mean,
the cool part, Doctor Strange. The best part of that film was seeing the people we'd seen before or knew them kind of cool little nods. No Way Home, great film until you realise the best part of that is watching the free Spider-Man bit. I could easily start that film.
Seem to be doing. They started to do the whole thing of let's just bring people back, and it's like, we're not going to write a good movie. Let's just bring people back.
They've now gone.
Is that it's not that Spider-Man film weren't like canon, and now they've reset it when no one knows who Spider-Man is.
Which is actually one of the reasons I'm actually here for Brand New Day.
Tony Stark helped Spider-Man in the comics.
Yeah, that's me. I'm on board. I'm on board for the new Spider-Man coming out this year. For Brand New Day, because that is what Spider-Man should be. Like, they introduced him.
Yes.
The problem with when they finally had, the agreement with Sony to bring Spider-Man into the MCU, the MCU was so established with the Avengers and this technology and all this that Spider-Man came in too OP. It's like, he needs to be a from the ground up street level superhero who builds himself up to that level eventually, and forcing him to kind of start back from there. And I like the fact they've called it Brand New Day as well, because Brand New Day, the comics arc, it's a shit comics arc, by the way, but I kind of like the fact they've lent into it, it's when Aunt May gets shot, and that's one more day, I'm getting it slightly wrong, but yeah, when Aunt May gets shot, basically, and to bring her back, he makes a deal with Mephisto to basically bring her back in exchange for his marriage to MJ and everything he'd built up at that point, and it kind of forces him to kind of start from scratch again. And I feel like they're leaning into that a bit with this one.
But this is what I'm saying.
Don't get me wrong. I think a lot of the stuff they brought out has been very mediocre. Some of it have been downright fucking dog shit. But
when they reset the whole timeline, I was excited for the Spider-Man. Yeah.
And I'm like, I like the Spider-Man films. I was just disappointed with the last one because, like I said, I feel like it was just bad storytelling, and it was literally just focused around let's bring back a bunch of old characters for the hype. and it's like they.
Oh no, do that again. I'll watch it. Take my money.
But this is what I'm saying. This is with the MCU. Look at how it is. Like, even when the MCU started, they were struggling with the rights of stuff like Hulk. It started again because the MCU story, the Captain America Civil War, is meant to be Captain America versus Spider-Man, a team Spider-Man. It wasn't Avenger, but it became Iron Man because...
No, it was Iron Man in the comics.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
All right, okay. I've never read it, but from what I understood, it was completely different thing as Spider-Man. Spider-Man was a much big...
Spider-Man's a much bigger role in it, so it is still Captain America versus Spider-Man. Fuck me. It is Captain America versus Iron Man, still. It is still done over the Superhero Registration Act, but the inciting incident is something totally different. Fun enough, it's something involving the young X-Men, basically, who basically fuck up something, and a supervillain whose superpower is basically he's a walking nuke, essentially nukes an entire suburban town. Spider-Man's a bigger role. He joins Team Iron Man, but as part of the Superhero Registration Act, you register your identity, so Spider-Man unmasks on live TV to reveal he's Peter Parker. That's what gets Aunt May shot, funny enough, and leads into the One More Day arc.
So this is what I mean. Like the MCU already had stuff working against it because it was never going to be able to be as comic accurate because they had to change things because they didn't have the rights to certain things.
The Vulture, not accurate.
Yeah, so you get to these movies now. Luckily they have given us some great storytelling over the years with the stories, but it's now like, well, we get to a point. So if anything, we're going back to Resident Evil. Like they started that film. The reason they didn't have the characters because they weren't allowed to use them, and then when they were, it was already too fucking late. It's going back to that. So the MCU is like kind of like, well, yes, we've got the rights to the X-Men. We could put the X-Men in the next movie. But wait, how the fuck do we then explain that mutants have now been a thing for 300 years and slot it in? What if we just get to this Secret Wars? People want Secret Wars and they want this Doomsday. Let's get to Secret Wars. Do this big Secret Wars storyline. Finally finished, whatever it is, 15, 18 years of the MCU. And we can start again. We can bring in new characters, but they can also bring back people later on. Maybe not Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart, but the younger generations of things as the cameos. Like we got Toby and Andrew. You could bring in Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland, or you could bring in the younger cast later down the line as people from the multiverse. Because our age, who will be 50, 60 when all this is going on.
I just feel like that they need to scrap the multiverse stuff now because I feel that it will do the crutch now. Anytime there's something shit or bad, it's like we'll just multiverse it. The film didn't get planned, multiverse it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's just lazy writing now. Is like, we'll just multiverse. We'll pull in this character because multiverse. It's like fucking stop now. All right, you've done it. You've done it way too many times now. I think now just start building a good frame base for a movie franchise rather than fucking relying on past stuff all the time.
They need the original writers from the comics to do that. Otherwise, people
they definitely need someone on board to sit there and go, that's not comic accurate. That's what they need sometimes.
The problem with
like Henry Cavill, that whole shit with The Witcher.
Yeah.
That was because he turned around as someone who's a big fan of the fucking Witcher and went, this isn't
not
how
my Witcher.
it go down. And then they're like...
Yeah. And Henry Cavill tried to be that guy to put his foot down. And, he ended up getting branded with difficult to work with. Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
and instead, now I'm psyched because they're like, well, all right, you're a massive fan of 40k, let's give him the rights to do a 40k stuff and you can be in control.
I'm not a fan of that. My mate obviously loves that, but the fact that he's a massive nerd on that, I'm all for that. I'm going to watch that.
I mean, the problem you have, though, with
most things could do with an advisor nowadays.
The problem you have with trying to avoid a multiverse and say that's comic accurate, that's not, is that the comics themselves, especially Marvel, the comics themselves have a multiverse. Like, are we talking about 616 universe? Are we talking about the Ultimate Universe? Are we talking about...
But this is the thing. Like I said, they need to end the multiverse, and they're going to do that with Secret Wars. We've just got to get there now. I think that they're going to bring back Jonathan Majors now that things have fallen down. I think Kang's going to factor into it anyway. Right, we're an hour and 10 minutes. Damo has been doing a little bit of research on gaming stuff. Let's go into that.
This actually ties in with the gaming, because the most exciting thing for me at the moment about MCU is the games that are coming out this year alone.
The Wolverine game, right?
Marvel. You got the Wolverine game for one.
I didn't
You've
know
got
there
that.
was a
Is it?
Wolverine
Yeah.
From the same guys who made the Spider-Man games.
Insomnia.
So, and that comment came from the guy who's meant to be in charge of our gaming channel. I didn't know there was a Wolverine game coming out. It's fucking huge, Dave.
I play games, all right. I don't watch them.
I play games. I don't watch what I'm playing.
Carry on drinking your Jack Daniels.
You've got like that 1942 or 1943, The Rise of Hydra, the Captain America and Black Panther game.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Halfway through,
is that? I thought that got scrapped off. Is that still coming?
No, that's coming this year. Like, I think it's supposed to be around about summertime this year or something.
Yeah,
but yeah. They've started releasing more game footage again now, so it's like expect to see more on that.
Is that the same one where it was going to be? It was going to be Captain America and Black Panther in the same game, or am I thinking totally different?
No, that is
that one. Yeah,
you just said.
The Black Panther.
Sorry,
the Black Panther Captain America. But yeah, so it's like based on. Obviously, in the whole the Hydra kind of thing with Black Panther joining, I don't know. It's supposed to be kind of like Wolverine's going to be a lot more open world one, but I think this one's going to be more a linear type game, a lot like how Uncharted was. You know, so it's going to be like, it feels a little bit more open, but it's going to be
Uncharted
like
done the whole linear story very well, but other films like the original Wolverine game, I was not a fan of.
When you say original Wolverine game, are you talking the X-Men Origins one that was actually better than the movie?
PS2.
Mate, that is an insane game.
That's a good game.
Same actually with the Captain America one. Did anyone play that one? Captain America.
Did anyone play the Iron Man game? That was terrible.
God, the flying physics alone.
Yeah, I think
you fly in one straight
Captain
line.
America game that was like the first Avenger or something like that. It was called or something. It was based in the World War II kind of thing.
It was the film time, wasn't it?
With the whole shield thrown out. Yeah, and then they done the same thing with Wolverine Origins. Fucking phenomenal.
Better than the film.
So gory as well.
Yeah,
I had them games for PS2. Do you know one? It reminds me because it was around the same time. The Superman Returns game, like that game was hated on. I fucking loved that game, Superman Returns. It was Superman in a GTA map, and it was so good because I could literally just fly straight up as far as I wanted to, and I could fly out across Metropolis, across the sea. Superman Returns, 2006 game. I spent hours on that. You could just fly around the city as Superman. I was like, this is insane. I am just...
I've heard this before, because you loved the game, everyone shat all over it and hated it. You love Jared Leto's Joker. Everyone hates it and shat all over it. So you're probably not the best person.
The best Superman game I've played is the one on Nintendo 64.
Jesus Christ, that's a low bar.
No, that's
old as well.
I know the Adventures
they need
of Superman.
the Spider-Man people to make that game thing, because they've done
flying
so
through loops and shit.
Yes.
The Superman one that was the animated series.
Superman 64 based on the animated series. The entire gameplay arc is fly through rings, and it is universally panned as one of the worst games ever made.
No, I enjoyed that. That was my childhood.
Okay, Damo, your opinion is now void. You revoke. Please hand in your credentials as the Talks with Dorks gaming expert.
For its time. Oh.
For its time.
Also, Marvel. So this is 3 games now. Marvel have coming out. So they have the Wolverine game. They have that one. Then you've got that Tokon Fire or Tol.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Does anyone know what the actual associate name of that? It's like a proper Japanese art style kind of fight.
Bear with me, caller.
Like Street Fighter, but with Marvel characters.
So
I believe it's like
Damo.
Token.
Yes.
Tokon or something like that.
It is.
I've got a question for Damo here. We've just spent like 5 minutes talking about games that are coming out, and you didn't know about any of them. What is on your fucking list?
Right, on my list,
Sonic 25's coming out this year.
No, we have a game called... Where is it?
While he's looking it up, I can confirm, by the way, just before Demo goes into it, Marvel Tokon, you were right, Ash. Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls.
Oh, that's a game, right? Right, the Invincibles versus game. You heard about that? You seen the TV show Invincibles?
Oh, can't actually see it. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah,
Invincible.
They've got a game like 1v1.
All right.
all invincible characters.
Yeah.
That's a game coming out. That looks insane.
That's another kind of one-on-one fighter as well, isn't it? Like Street Fighter type thing.
If you know your 1930s cartoons, there's a Mouse PI for hiring upcoming first-person shooter game.
What game? What's it called?
It's called Mouse PI.
Mouse PI.
But
Mouse PI.
The one that I wanted to talk about is, as we were on Star Trek earlier, is there's a game called Starship Simulator, which you explore a significantly accurate Milky Way galaxy, and it's literally like Star Trek, man.
Yes, I think I saw a trailer on this at one of the Game Awards a while back. But it looks like it's going to be like a Star Citizen type, not Star Citizen. It's one of those games where it's like it's more about moving stuff on screen, like a kind of a real-time strategy game rather than a kind of an in-depth game as such.
No, it's very in-depth. Explore the whole starship that you're on, walking around yourself, travelling through the universe of the Milky Way galaxy.
Oh, okay.
Every time he says that, I'm just really thinking about some chocolate I'm going to have when we finish recording.
Right, if you don't know, we're in the Milky Way galaxy.
I know we are. I know we're in the Milky Way galaxy. That's why we get chocolate called Milky Ways and Galaxies, because, you know, they're trying to keep it relevant. So,
relatable.
That Starship Simulator. So, like, I've never really played one of, like the Flight Simulator. I think I downloaded it once. Couldn't be asked to do it. Goat Simulator I downloaded, played about 5 minutes, got bored of being a goat.
Two very fucking different games.
Yeah, no,
One
I know.
game I need to mention.
The only person I know who would like a Goat Simulator to Flight Sim.
Started playing
It's got
Apex
simulator
Legends.
in the name.
Yeah, but I would like a Starship Simulator. I'm all for. What was you going to say, D?
You know, we've all joined up again playing Apex Legends back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So the exact same team of Titanfall and Apex Legends have got a new game coming out called High Guard.
High Guard?
Yes. High Guard, yes.
Is that the mage type one? The one where it's like based in like almost like a Dungeons and Dragons version of like Apex,
you have my interest.
Spells and all that kind of shit.
But it's made in like what's the word for it? The raiding and extraction. But you can ride like these dogs and shit. Yeah, it's PvP.
I think I know the one you're on about. Yeah, I think it is like kind of you got archers, mages, knights, and all that kind of stuff. It's PvPE. So a lot like Arc Raiders. You got a couple.
If I read this from the creators of Apex Legends and Titanfall comes High Guard, a PvP raid shooter where players will ride, fight, and raid as wardens, arcane gunslingers sent to battle for control of a mythical continent. There they'll clash against rival warden crews for possession of the shield breaker and break into and destroy the enemy base to secure territory in this all-new breed of shooter.
Yeah, I think I have heard of that. I think it is mainly mage-based then. I think I was in my
It's very good.
But I know that one. Does it pick apart? I don't know, man. Like I've been getting a lot of, like, you've probably noticed, Damo, I've like dropped off the face of earth when it comes like to PvP games now, because I have literally got battle royale and competitive multiplayer game burnout to the point where I've just stepped away from it and gone back to story-driven games. Like I completed the whole of Death Stranding 1 again and started on Death Stranding 2, and that's fucking, like, they're great games. I went back, I've gone back and played fucking Skyrim again. I was like,
Skyrim's a great game.
I've just like kind of just got burnt out of just that competitiveness and that getting frustrated. And it's that finding teams as well. Like when Arc Raiders, it's a 3-player co-op, and it's like we had no choice but to keep going in as a 2. And you're already at a disadvantage, and yeah, you can kind of play it, but it's like you're at that disadvantage, and I just got a bit. It's just every single game I just got a little bit sick of the whole competitiveness. I started to miss that whole cooperative side of stuff, like playing with a friend for an objective or against something, rather than against people that are using hacks or fucking cheats.
I'm very similar to that. I can't be asked with the grind that you often have to get to the point where you can actually do it when you're on a level playing field with people. I can't be asked to grind to get to that level. I'm like you. I go back to a lot of the story-driven games a lot of the time, and
I don't like grinding,
but
I play a lot of Warzone.
I do
it's
love
not
a grind when it's
for
not
me.
prepared
It's
because
just it's fun.
I'm
the
a World of
reactions
Warcraft
and all that.
fucking. I started with World of Warcraft when it first came out. That was my jam. That I bought my first PC for World of Warcraft as it came out, and I was a diehard fan of that. That started my love for that kind of looter shooter or that looter aspect of where you've got to build a character, get this OP build that you've done yourself or something like that, grind, join your mates to do raids and fucking dungeons and all this kind of stuff. That started my love of all stuff like D&D, like Lord of the Rings, all that kind of shit. That game started it all for me. And since then, be it Division, what's the game we used to play as well?
Division was a flop.
The other one, mate, Division's
Rainbow Six.
awesome. I know, like you sit there and say it's a flop.
Rainbow Six Siege, Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2.
But yeah, but the
They
Siege,
were
that's
amazing.
competitive again. I'm talking about those co-op type ones as well, rather than it being PvP all the time. And like I went back on the Division with my brother, playing that one again, and it's like you can just play it, and there's still people on it, and we're still doing raids and all that, not doing builds. I've stopped playing that now because he's been deployed again, so it's like we ain't.
This is
doing
where I
that
feel
part,
sorry
but,
for you. Division was a flop. From what it was
when
meant
it
to
came
be.
out, and I get the anger
Yeah.
as well. But
Yeah,
now
yeah.
it's finished. It is now what it was meant to be at first, and the bit I loved about the Division is the variation of what you can do. You can just go run stories. You can go run the tower mode. There's so many different game modes in it that you can just play and pick up and play anytime you want. Which is why I just keep going back to it every year or so.
Yeah, I think for
But
me it was that the whole hype of it. It was amazing when I first played it, but very broken. I know it has got a lot better, but yeah, I've never gone back to
But
it
it's games like what's
fully
that one
to explore.
what's that game we used to play as well? That it's like that Dark Souls-esque gun one, Remnant from the Ashes 2.
Remnant, yeah.
Like
yeah.
that kind of see, I love all that when it's like you're just making builds and you're working with your friends and you just go in, you just fucking gun it, and you just have a good time. But I just find the whole competitive shootiness of it now is just like it's wearing on me a little bit. I'll probably go back to it at some point, but it's been nice taking a break. Like I've not played a competitive shooting probably about 2 months maybe. Or a month, mate, something like that. So instead, it's just been story-driven games, pick up and play games. I've even downloaded Red Dead 2 again just to run through that story because I've just been watching that Abaddon's on
I ain't playing that fucking game
on Netflix.
Why not, right?
What? Because I went out and spent 59 fucking quid because you lot were all playing that, and I bought it and I downloaded that game. It took about 8 hours to download. I finally got on it, and I spent 2 hours like that on a horse going to the other side of the fucking map.
But it's like,
Graphics on you on that.
but
horse.
the rendering of the bollocks on the horse, though, Ryan. You're not here for the horse bollocks.
think of the bollocks, Brian.
What? Oh yeah, great. That's what I spent fucking 60 quid on to look at.
It's what we all spent 60 quid on, Ryan.
Yeah, the Easter eggs around the map.
Yeah, but
it's all on
focusing
single
on the
player.
multiplayer side of it. Like it's
Multiplayer if you're
the
on PC
story
is
behind Red
phenomenal.
Dead 2, man. It's like you got.
I never got a chance to play the fucking
that 60
story.
quid.
I never got to because we're playing Red Dead. I'm playing with you lot. You're all playing Red Dead. We're all on multiplayer. And they're like, cool, we've got to spend 3 hours going across here to go and get some fucking wood to go back there for fucking 3 hours and light a fire to keep a camp fucking warm. Oh, great. Oh, it's Grand Theft Auto on a horse. So where the fuck's my fast Ferrari and where can I go play golf if I'm bored? And where's
Speaking
the
of
bitchy...
Grand Theft Auto, that's another big game that might
Yeah.
come out this year.
Yeah,
possibly.
We're not. Listen, there's no point talking about it till we're till that thing is sitting on the shelf. There's no point getting hyped about GTA because we can spend an hour getting excited.
November 26th is the
It's
current.
supposed to be a November release now.
It's yeah. So
I
exactly.
swear the
it's
last
already
GTA came out about November, didn't it?
When?
13 years ago.
Yeah. So I think
Mate,
November.
that came out. I know the fact is, you know how long ago that came out. I rented it because everyone was going mad about it, and I yeah, literally, I've gone bald since. You've still been ginger.
You've gone very beige since.
Am I ginger? Am I?
You are ginger though. Like you look at your little ginger tash.
That's just pubes. I can't grow it out, mate.
You were about to lead into your camera then and realise you're recording, weren't you? No, but GTA came out that long ago. I got it. This is because everyone was going mad about it, and I had never played 4. I didn't really like 4. I'd gone from 3, whatever.
4 was the best.
So I didn't know.
Do you remember
So I was
where the
dubious.
Sultan RS was?
I remember where the swing set of death
What
was.
one was 4?
Like,
The
Nico
one with the
Bellic.
Rush.
Nico.
Cousin, let's go bowling.
No, yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
yeah.
Yeah.
When you do the
that's the one-
multiplayer online, there was a Sultan RS, like one of the best cars in the game, always in the same spot in the map.
No, you want to talk about spots in the GTA 4? It is the swing set of death. Like, you've not played GTA 4 unless you found that.
Oh yeah, the swing sets.
Just
yeah.
for those of you who don't know, there was
Shoot,
a particular swing set that you could find in GTA 4 on the map, where basically if you drove directly into it, it would catapult you about 5 miles across the map. It was a glitch they never fixed, and it was a badge of honour if you could find it.
Yeah.
But it's what I'm saying. I just never couldn't. I had GTA 4. I've probably still got a copy of it somewhere, but I just couldn't get into it. So GTA 5, I really weren't excited about because I was like, I haven't really enjoyed it since whatever it was, like San Andreas or whatever. But I went, oh, do you know what? I'll go and rent it for a couple of days from Blockbuster. That's how long ago GTA 5 came out. I rented it from Blockbuster for 2 days, and then the first day I took it home, played it that long that night, stayed up that late. The next day I took it back and went, can I buy that game, please? I think I want it. I think I want that game.
Blockbuster, that's been a minute.
That's what I'm saying. That's how long GTA 5's been out. Blockbuster was still a thing. It was the one round the corner to my mum's house. You remember the one? I went there for the midnight release of Modern Warfare 3. This is like that.
Midnight releases have never be the same since that shit closed.
I've told you the story about
I always was like Call of Duty games in the queue for that, and GTA and Halo.
Even FIFA, the
midnight
queues
releases.
were mad. I wasn't never part of that, but the queues were mad.
No.
I remember I think I've told you the story of when GTA San Andreas came out, and I went down the game in Basildon to go and get it. GTA San Andreas, go and get it, midnight release, go and get the game, and there's a massive queue through Basildon town. And as they were it's like 2 minutes before they're about to open the doors, this geezer pulls up through the town in a Ferrari, pulls up right out front, jumps out the Ferrari, this big hench geezer, all gold and that, walks straight to the front of the fucking queue, goes, right, I'm here to pick up a game. They're like, yeah, there's a queue, mate. He's like, yeah, well, fucking no, fuck all that, I'm fucking queuing. All of a sudden, police car pulls up. Turns out it was all over the Echo newspaper the next day. Turns out that geezer worked at a Ferrari showroom, took that fucking car without telling his boss, turned up to go and used it to go and pick up a copy of GTA, and got nicked that night because it'd been reported stolen from the fucking thing because his boss turned up to the yard or whatever. So it was all over the next papers the next day, like GTA 4 causes real life GTA in Basildon town because the guy's nicked a Ferrari. It was so funny because it was how cocky he pulled up in this Ferrari. Like we'd all been queuing there for like 2 hours. Geezer walked straight to the front. They told him to fuck off and go back basically. And they were like, no, and he was arguing with them, so that brought the police over because he was arguing, and then they done the check on it, and that car had been reported stolen like half hour beforehand or something. So it was all over the papers. You fucking knobhead.
Anyone else got like more like their excited games for this year? What like your main games?
So
for this year?
To be fair,
I don't know about
Resident Evil for me is the only one.
Yeah, I don't know about excited.
Resi and GTA.
Oh, go on, mate.
No, I was just saying Resi and GTA.
Resi and GTA
Yeah,
are
ones
the
we
definite
spoke
two. I'm of two minds about another one. I think it comes out either a month before or a month after Resi. I don't know what to think of it, but I'm willing to give it a shot, which is the new 007 game.
I saw the driving trailer. I was not excited.
007 First
driving,
Light, I think it's called.
Yeah.
I think they might be going down a whole kind of Splinter Cell route with this one.
It's very
Which
Hitman-y.
ain't a bad thing.
Come on.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
After this episode, just look up a video of the driving aspect on it. It looks like a game made 20 years ago.
I've got a couple. So
The gameplay, it's like Hitman. Didn't the Hitman team make it?
Yeah, I think maybe. But if it's not the same team, it's taken heavy inspiration from Hitman. I think the driving is very much, it's going to be a very linear thing, like it's been in previous 007 games, and then it's going to take you into the... Yeah, it's going to take you into the...
I'm all here for the game.
Yeah.
Just take out the driving.
What I quite like as well is the...
I'll give it a go.
Yeah, what I quite like as well is the fact that basically you don't have the license to kill as you start the level. You get granted the license to kill when you actually get to a certain point. So basically you're incentivized to do it stealthily until the shit hits the fan.
Yeah. That's why I thought it might be a little bit... It looks like it's taking bits from like Splinter Cell games where it's going to be very like kind of subdue and sneak and all that kind of stuff, and it's going to be linear in that term of it as well, like the Uncharted games and the Splinter Cell games. It's one to watch. Like I said, I think my ones at the moment are the new Fable kind of reboot they're doing.
Oh, I
because
forgot
I
about
love
that.
one that's a big fan of Xbox.
Didn't they announce Fable and then cancel that game, and now it's back again?
It's gone round the whole
That
circuit
was
so
a
many
different
times.
one.
Yeah, I love Fable.
That
yeah.
original
1 and 2.
Fable was a co-op kind of battle type thing where it's like
Good and
it's a
evil.
weird concept, but it was like 3 versus 3. Yeah, like based within the Fable universe, but that flopped and never actually came to fruition. But this is like a reboot of like the franchise as such. So love the Fable game, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. It looks great from the graphics anyway, so if it's anything like the original games but with this kind of graphics, I'm gonna be fucking dead.
If it's still an Xbox exclusive at the time, that might be enough to convince me to buy an Xbox. I loved the Fable games.
It's going to be for a brief amount of time. Xbox already said now that PlayStation can have their games, but I think it's going to be like we have it for the first month or so, and then you get it. So I think that'll be how it goes. But you got Forza Horizon, which I'm also a massive fan of. I love the Forza Horizon games. They've got the new one coming out this year. But one I'm hoping comes out, and I think I mentioned this to you as well, D, at one point, has anyone heard of the game or seen anything from the game No Rest for the Wicked?
No, never even heard the name.
Right, okay, so this is a game that you know Ori and the Wisp.
Oh, yeah.
Game of the Year and all this kind of stuff. They've done 2 games, very very small studio, great games. It's all done like hand drawn art apparently, or something. That's their art style.
That's beautiful, yeah.
Well, they've done a kind of a rogue. I don't know if it's like a roguelike game, but it's been out for a year now. It's called No Rest for the Wicked. It's on Steam, but it's you'll probably love it because it is that cold kind of like Dungeons and Dragons kind of mages, knights, all that kind of stuff. But you have a character. It's, I think, a little bit open worldy. It's a beautiful game, but they've only just they've been saying they're bringing it to console, but it's been delayed for so long because it's in that early testing period.
Oh yeah,
and you know where they wait till the game gets to like 1.0 before they release on consoles, but they've literally just announced that they're bringing co-op into it now. So it's up to 3-player co-op, but they're doing it like Minecraft, as in the realm. So you can create a realm for the first time, and you don't have to pay for it, but it's your realm amongst your friends, and you give them a license to join your realm. Now, in that realm, your friends can log on even without you online and change the world. They can buy up a house, they can decorate it, they can go out on hunts on their own, and it's literally drop in and out of a realm game, but you all share it. So it's like you can create it, but then you'll give someone a license to be in it. You can also vote to kick someone out. You can vote to it's random, but it's like it looks really good, and the fact that they're doing that.
It's like a shared Minecraft
You don't have to pay. Yeah, it's like you don't have to, because a lot of games where you have your own realm, you have to pay for it, and then most of the time you have to be on for it to go or something like that. But this is the first time they're like, like Minecraft, you can create a realm, it's yours, you can share it out between 2 other friends, and you can all either play together cooperatively or you go. And it's not level based either; it's just gear based. You go on like little raids or like dungeons and play the game and go these zones and all that lot and find new gear, but you don't ever level up. You just make yourself more powerful and you better your gear. But that looks really, if that comes out this year, because I think hopefully that comes out, I believe, like end of January, the co-op update. I'm hoping that that's going to be the start of 1.0, and then it just shadow drops on Xbox like February.
Most games are multi-platform now. It's down to the developers, isn't it, really?
I think one thing we can say this year.
Could I just say, sorry, has anyone seen the movie Mortal Engines? Where it's cities on the big spider bots in the desert.
Yeah.
No?
There's a game coming out. It's called Sand Raiders of Sophie. It's an open world player versus player environment extraction shooter where players operate giant walkers across the post-apocalypse dunes of a fallen planet. It is that movie as a game. It looks insane.
Yeah,
That's one to look out for.
This
it's
is all coming
to
from
all platforms as well.
Yeah, I think it's like when it like the game. No, it was it weren't the Game Awards recently, was it? Or it was something that came out recently, and they showed little snippets of loads of games. And I think I did actually see a little gameplay footage of that one where he was on the back of this like rolling mech type thing, and it was like shooting cannons over to these people that were on the floor and another mech thing.
It looks similar to like Sea of Thieves, but in the desert.
Yeah.
On them walkers, but you can do whatever. It looks mad.
Mind you, talking about Sea of Thieves, didn't Xbox bring out that jump ship already? The one that was like Sea of Thieves in space?
Oh, have they?
I think it's in the early access on Xbox, actually, and I've not logged on. I know it's like cheap.
I remember,
the
In Space Sea of Thieves was coming. Yeah.
You got like 3 or 4 players, and you have your own ship together. You got to put out the fires, go raiding other ships or other planets, and it's exactly like Sea of Thieves. You can go on a planet, work your way through
an
the
Xbox
base,
version of that Star Citizen
ship.
that came out on PC.
Yeah. So jump ship. I think it's already
Star
out in
Citizen
early
is
access
another
on Xbox.
level. You pay real money for the biggest ship. It's on another level.
Yeah, do you remember when Damo didn't speak and Ash didn't turn up?
I was about to say, should we just log off this call, mate, and leave these two to it?
I was just going to
Ash, kick them both.
Oh.
Well, we just got, you just got.
Ash starts unburdening that cowboy shirt. Cowboy shirt, like.
No.
You know how I felt through the first 30 minutes of the podcast.
Touche.
This is what I love. It. You could straight over the top of your head. Yeah. Though this is, but you. I think it's the same thing with you as last time. The more you sip your magic blackcurrant juice, the more you start talking. It's weird.
I was buzzing before it started, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah, I was JD, the juice drink.
Yeah, the juice drink. And as soon as we press end record, it's like kebab straight on it.
His juice drink, which we'll abbreviate down to JD.
Let's JD. Yes, absolutely. But like I was saying before, I think there's one thing we could say here he is with his alcohol.
Supposed to show the real one.
Well, I was saying before.
We're over an hour in. We're good.
We're nearly 2 hours in. We're nearly 2 hours, hour and 40. This is what I was going to say. 2026 is going to be a good year for movies, for games, by the looks of it. It's a good year for TDW because we've got all that stuff going on. One thing I was going to say that I like, Ash, is because you were someone that was always adamant. You said earlier you were very, when it came to the posters for the thing, you had to tell me this. You were always adamant, do not go over an hour and 10 minutes. But there was 2 or 3 times I was going to end this episode, bring this down, but you started a new conversation. I was like, there we go. He's enjoying himself. He's Mr. It doesn't work with more than 2 people. It's not fun, not bad. Is it?
So what we can do is do 2 different endings and cut it into 2 parts.
Okay. We just recorded 2 episodes.
The intro in the middle.
Yeah.
We call it Resident Evil.
When it starts with nonce.
If you're happy to, unless anyone's got anything else, if you want to start wrapping up though, boys, we can start wrapping up. We can go through the end bits and bring it to a halt because this has been a good episode. I've had fun.
Well,
definitely had a laugh.
Speaking about, I suppose, keeping on the subject of we've done a Christmas episode. This is now the New Year episode. Did anyone have any New Year's resolutions? Any big plans for yourselves? Because I know Ryan, you're changing things up this year, and you've got big things to come.
Is he going Turkey for the hair?
No, I don't. I've basically been told don't bother. I won't even beat around the bush. A friend of mine runs one of them companies that deals with transports and them glue-on wig things. Which, but you're laughing. Them glue-on wig things. I'm not gonna lie. They actually look alright if you can pull it off, and it does make people look younger. Look like
maybe
you've got
10 more years. I might need it. But I'm alright at the moment.
But I went to see a friend of mine, and I said, look, I'm quite keen because it was around Halloween when I was starting to think about not being able to be the Joker without having a wig that I started missing having hair. So I was like, maybe I'll have one of them wig things. And look, I'm not going to be ashamed of it. Everyone knows I can pull it. I've got ideas now. I'm not going to lie. I've always wanted to do Michael Myers for next year. Why would I not just go do Michael Myers? Or I did Scream last year when I still had hair, or the year before when I had hair.
He's talking about Austin Powers.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Dr. Evil. I could be Dr. Evil.
Or Mini-Me.
So I went to have the check for the wig and that, but he also was able to check my hair. Like he was able to see how bad my hairline was and that, to say like whether it's worth me going to Turkey or going to have the hair transplant done. And he said, look, straight up, you can have a hair transplant. He went, your hair will not be as thick as you want it to be. You've got to remember that it won't be what it once was when you were 20, 18. Do you know what I mean? He was like, and if you're going to have it done and you want to,
does he know it's about 20 or 18 that it started?
He didn't.
Wrong anyway.
He was 28. I was about 28, 29 when it started. Like it really started. No, yeah, it was. I can show you. I had good hair when I was still in Malia, which was 2015. So go fuck yourself. Anyway, so he said to me like, your hair will never be as thick. He said, and the way your hair is, if you have a hair transplant now, he was like, in a couple of years you'll need another one. And I was like, well, what's the fucking point then? Like, what is the point of spending £2,000 to have hair again, to the tightest prick in the world, then have to spend another £2,000, when if I want to I could just have one of them wigs.
So the new hair follicles have got loads of hair and then everything else has just receded further. He's just got 2 islands here.
So that's basically what's happening. He's like, your hair is, you know, it's going quite, I've got a whole patch up here that just doesn't grow any hair, but like it's got to that point of like, if you have it,
Jewish.
you're gonna. Oh, I'll just stay bald, thanks.
Just speak to Steve, you'll be alright.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, Talks with Dorks, we're back for another year. We've got so much going on. You need to stick around. We're going to be dribbling in with bringing in points to do with TDW. We've got to do a draw for our competitions that are happening at Danger Zone. We have a King of the Ring style tournament and a Rumble, and we need to select the participants. So Kurt, I believe you and LJ, our head ref, are going to be dealing with the draw.
Yes, we will. Having a chat with Elle just off the pod earlier on today. We are going to hopefully be doing the draw within the next couple of weeks. Just need to get diaries in place so we can actually be in the same place at the same time, because we want to do it in person, not over webcam.
Yeah, the sooner the better, please, because I want to start bringing the people on the podcast, and there's a lot of them.
Yeah. So ideal world, we're going to be able to do it next week. Worst case scenario, it'll be a couple of weeks' time, but stars aligning, we're hopefully going to be able to do the draw next week.
Sure, you're not able to do it tomorrow night? No? All right.
So yeah, watch this space. There'll be a video that drops where we do the actual drawing of the names. Basically, what we're going to do, for the sake of, not being here forever doing this draw, what we're going to do is we're going to put every single member of the TDW roster in the pot. We're going to draw the names for the tournament, which will be the 4 names that are going to actually be in the tournament. Everyone else will be in the Rumble.
Yes.
Damo versus Ryan.
What? Listen, that's
official.
That's absolutely fine. I will book that match. The difference you have to remember, all jokes aside, you've never been in a ring and actually done any wrestling. So as much as you think...
So you'll stand a chance against him.
Yeah. No acting on my part.
I'm sorry. That fucking plancher I did off the top rope in Coomhaven Hastings was the best ever. That was the best over the top rope. Ash, literally, I said, Ash, going, oh my God, I don't remember ever going off the top rope to the outside. His exact response was, you look like when a celebrity goes to WWE.
It looked like a WWE diva celebrity dive.
Oh.
You practically put your arms out to help me,
catch
you
me.
had, kind of a safe motion with your arms as you didn't jump off. You kind of fell off with your arms out. It's like, please catch me.
Like I said, please. I don't remember doing that, so I'm pretty sure that's the only time it ever happened. I've never saw any interest of going off the top rope into the ring, let alone out of the ring. So they probably called that spot, and I went, oh really? And I think if you look at my face when I go to the corner, I'm like, yeah, and then as I get to the top and I'm looking down, I'm like, oh, if they don't catch me, ouch. Please just catch me. I'm going out. This is Talks with Dorks. Let's go through the stuff we always have to go through at the end. If you're a card grader and you want to get your cards graded, please go to treefroggrading.com, get your code, use the code TWD15 and get 15% off all your cards. Kurt, What's next? Oh, you could do the Patreon, or I could do JC's clothing. Shall I do JC's clothing? It's a little bit shorter than the Patreon. JC's a good friend of ours, and he's got a clothing range called Graffiti WASHED. Can be fun, can be controversial. I've said it before. Go get yourself any item of clothing and use the code TalksWithDorks30 and you get 30% off. Kurt, give them the Patreon, brother.
We are on Patreon. It is patreon.com/TalkDorkPodcast, where you can see bonus episodes, you can see extra bits that we've done, behind the scenes stuff, and talking of TDW, the wrestling side of things, both of our shows that we did last year, the full show records are on there, including full match commentary, including backstage promos, everything that you didn't get to see or hear on the show itself if you were there live. So even if you were there live, you get extra stuff by coming and watch it again. And yeah, you can even just buy those as a one-off rather than subscribing to the Patreon. But do subscribe to the Patreon because it helps us put on even bigger shows and grow this podcast even better.
That's exactly what we want to do.
Damo?
This is Talks. Yeah,
Plug your socials, Damo.
All right.
TalkDorkDamo. Make sure you follow Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
Listen,
What do you do, bruv? What do you do? What can they see when they follow you? Tell them
Me
what games you're
screaming
playing,
like
bruh.
a bitch. That's literally it.
Ash, I
That's
just
all
want
they
to point
need to
this
know.
out. Just because you started this podcast with me, you left for a long time. I'm the governor. I do the rounds. Damo, give him your socials.
I was going to say, you need to look after your
Rewind that
staff,
bit
and
and
then
play
maybe
it
you wouldn't
back,
have such
please.
a fucking revolving door of fucking staff and talks with dogs, would you? If you looked after your fucking people.
I don't see it
Saves
as a
me coming
revolving-
back after like a year.
Was
and
you
doing
not
it for you.
sucking him off as well?
What? Why did you think you dressed up as a cowboy? We're actually in the same house. He's in the next room. I'm like going in there in a minute, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Just end the pod, right?
Just heard them balls slapping.
Yeah.
I'm ready, Cletus. I can't hear you now. This is meant to
Fucking Temu
look
Undertaker.
a bit like a cowboy.
Looks like the
This is a
Undertaker's
really-
hat.
I'll just keep the border look. Why not?
Gone from
Oh, please
Brokeback
don't.
Man into Broken Crack Man.
I tell you what, if there's anyone who just listens to this podcast, you need to watch the video version of this now.
Thanks. Yeah, we should have been watching the video all the way through. Yeah, let's do. If you've got socials you want to share, obviously mine, Dad Dork DJ, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Damo's giving you his. Kurt, where can they find you?
I am at that Kurt Wilson on Insta and X.
Yep. Ash, is there anything you want to give out?
Me,
don't
you
really-
won't find me, but maybe towards the middle part of the year you might.
There we go.
On my cock.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 4, starring Ash, is coming. This is Talks with Dorks. This is 2026. Don't forget, get your tickets for TDW. The link's down below. Check out Danger Zone. We're going to be having a big show. Let's get there. Let's have some fun. We're all of us, even Ash might even come down and watch one of our shows this time. Damo's there. Kurt's going to be there. I'll be
The
there.
day before my birthday.
It's in the
There you
diary.
go. There we go. I'm Ryan. That's Kurt. That's Damo. That's Ash. Boys, say your goodbyes.
Take care.
Later.
Peace.
See you later.